So, the elements that were least helpful for me were, I think our discussions on race and like how we identify. Like, I've already kind of talked about that a little bit, but I guess because I had you my first semester where we talked about race and we talked about how we feel about race and we talked about how we identify and everything that goes with that discussion. Um, for me this semester, it felt like you were fishing and it felt like you were kind of beating the same horse. But I understand that there were others who hadn't had you before and hadn't had like that exposure to that kind of reflecting. But for those of us who had, it was just like, okay, like we talked about this, like we get our biases, this, that. I mean, I don't know. So that discussion wasn't as helpful for me, but I mean, other people thought it was. Um, the presentation that you tried to do, well, first off, they seemed like they were provided like with the book or like by the book's publishing company. Um, and we barely even went through them, so it always seemed rushed, and um, it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't as interesting, and it didn't really stick as well. I think if like you're more of a discussion type person, like you do, like that is your arena. That's where you thrive well. So if there's like some sort of way that you can bring the concepts into a discussion space, like the Stormin and Norman, like the different phases of group, like if we could like talk about that, or even like I don't know, role play is the right word, but like act out like how we think it looks or whatever, and then you kind of or someone display like how a clinician should handle that situation. Maybe I don't know, just some of the concepts. They would have been helpful to know and understand, but just through the presentation alone, I don't feel like I know or understand them that well. Last thing is the disorganization, which I feel like you already know this about yourself, but for some reason this semester it was harder to deal with than in previous semesters. I don't know why. What was up with this semester? But the disorganization was hard to keep up with assignments, and it just made things that didn't have to be stressful to me for some reason.